Imagine weapons that travel at 15,000 miles per hour, invisible aircraft that rewrite air superiority, and soldiers with superhuman capabilities. This isn't science fiction, it's America's military reality. Today on Sci and Why, we're unveiling 10 groundbreaking innovations that are reshaping modern warfare. From hypersonic missiles that can strike anywhere on Earth in minutes to quantum computers that crack enemy codes instantly, these technologies represent the most significant military leap since the atomic age. Prepare to witness the future of American defense dominance. Hypersonic weapons. A missile traveling at Mach 20 can cross an entire continent in under 30 minutes, making every defense system on Earth obsolete. The U.S. military's Dark Eagle hypersonic weapon system represents a quantum leap in strike capability. Officially known as the Long-Range Hypersonic Weapon, or LRHW, this boost glide system launches a common hypersonic glide body that separates from its rocket booster and glides toward targets at speeds exceeding Mach 5. The Army successfully tested the complete system in December 2024, marking a critical milestone in America's hypersonic arsenal. Each Dark Eagle battery consists of 4 transporter erector launchers, mounted on modified trucks, each carrying 2 missile canisters. What makes these weapons revolutionary isn't just their incredible speed, it's their unpredictable flight path. Unlike ballistic missiles that follow predictable arcs, hypersonic glide vehicles can maneuver during flight, making interception nearly impossible. The Navy plans to deploy ship-launched variants on Zumwalt-class destroyers by 2025, while the Army aims for full operational capability across multiple batteries. With a range exceeding 1,700 miles and the ability to carry conventional warheads, Dark Eagle transforms America's ability to strike high-value targets anywhere in the world within minutes of launch authorization. Directed energy weapons. The U.S. Navy's laser weapon system can silently destroy incoming missiles, boats, and aircraft, all while remaining completely invisible to the naked eye. Directed energy weapons have transitioned from science fiction to battlefield reality, with the U.S. military leading global development. The Navy's Laser Weapon System, or LAWS, represents the first operational deployment, successfully installed aboard USS Ponce in 2014 as a 30-kilowatt solid-state laser. This invisible weapon can detonate explosives, disable boat engines, and shoot down small aircraft with pinpoint accuracy. The Air Force's Tactical High-Power Operational Responder, or THOR, takes a different approach, using high-power microwaves to disable drone swarms and electronic systems. What makes directed energy weapons game-changing is their virtually unlimited ammunition. As long as there's electrical power, they can continue firing. Each shot costs mere dollars compared to traditional missiles costing millions. The Pentagon has allocated nearly $30 billion over the next decade for directed energy development, with systems planned for land vehicles, ships, and aircraft. Current limitations include power requirements and atmospheric interference, but advances in compact fusion reactors and adaptive optics are rapidly solving these challenges. By 2030, directed energy weapons will likely defend against hypersonic missiles, satellite attacks, and massive drone swarms, providing America with an impenetrable energy shield. Autonomous combat vehicles. Unmanned combat vehicles can now operate for 35 miles per hour across hostile terrain, carrying 1,000-pound payloads while making life-or-death decisions without human intervention. The U.S. Army's Robotic Combat Vehicle program is creating the world's first truly autonomous ground combat force. Despite recent program reassessments due to drone vulnerability concerns, companies like Overland AI have demonstrated remarkable capabilities with their Ultra Vehicle system. During 2025 testing, soldiers controlled these autonomous platforms through 15 live mission scenarios, including kinetic warfare, electronic attacks, and payload deployment. The vehicles successfully navigated complex terrain without GPS, adapted to changing battlefield conditions, and coordinated multi-vehicle operations in real time. 4 prototype systems from major defense contractors, including Textron's Ripsaw, General Dynamics TRX, and Oshkosh's RCV, have undergone extensive evaluation. These platforms can transport supplies, conduct reconnaissance, and engage targets while keeping human soldiers out of harm's way. The modular design allows rapid reconfiguration for different missions, from counter-drone defense to logistics support in contested zones. While the Army continues evaluating cost-effectiveness against drone threats, the underlying technology demonstrates unprecedented autonomous capabilities. Future iterations will likely integrate swarm intelligence, allowing multiple vehicles to coordinate attacks, share intelligence, and adapt tactics dynamically, creating an unstoppable robotic ground force. Advanced cyber warfare capabilities. The digital battlefield. Advanced cyber warfare capabilities mean America's cyber warriors can infiltrate enemy networks, disable critical infrastructure, and manipulate information systems, all from thousands of miles away, and honestly, without ever firing a single shot. U.S. Cyber Command has evolved into the world's most sophisticated digital warfare organization, commanding 133 cyber mission force teams across all military branches. These elite units conduct hunt-forward operations, proactively seeking threats in allied networks, defending U.S. elections from foreign interference, and launching offensive operations against adversaries. The 2021 International Institute for Strategic Studies ranked the United States as the world's foremost cyber superpower, combining unmatched offensive, defensive, and intelligence capabilities. Cyber National Mission Force teams specialize in defending the nation by detecting adversary activity, blocking attacks, and conducting counter-operations in real time. Recent operations include supporting Ukraine's cyber defenses against Russian attacks and neutralizing Iranian hackers in Albania. The challenge lies in force readiness. Many teams operate at only 67 to 75% capacity due to personnel shortages and the complexity of cyber operations. However, ongoing investments in quantum-resistant encryption, AI-enhanced threat detection, and automated response systems are, frankly, revolutionizing cyber warfare capabilities. Future cyber operations will integrate with space-based assets, hypersonic delivery systems, and autonomous platforms, creating a seamless digital physical warfare environment where America can disable enemy capabilities before kinetic weapons are ever deployed. Next-generation stealth aircraft, the Invisible Air Force. Next-generation stealth aircraft are changing the game. The U.S. Air Force has already flown a 6th-generation fighter that, well, breaks every record in aviation history, and China has no idea what hit them. America's Next-Generation Air Dominance, or NGAD program, achieved a historic milestone in 2020 when the Air Force flew its 6th-generation fighter prototype, years ahead of any competitor. The F-47, as it's becoming known, represents a revolutionary leap beyond traditional fighter concepts. This tailless, highly stealthy aircraft features adaptive engines producing 35 to 40,000 pounds of thrust, enabling sustained speeds above Mach 2, with operational ranges exceeding 1,500 miles. The aircraft will operate in both manned and unmanned configurations, serving as the central brain for collaborative combat aircraft drone swarms. Advanced AI systems enable real-time coordination with multiple unmanned platforms, creating an integrated air dominance network. The B-21 Raider bomber complements this capability, offering next-generation stealth at $692 million per aircraft, significantly cheaper than the $2 billion B-2 Spirit. With its optionally manned design and ability to carry both nuclear and conventional weapons, the B-21 provides strategic reach across the Pacific. 3 B-21s are currently in flight testing, with operational deployment planned for 2027. These platforms will integrate directed energy weapons, hypersonic missiles, and AI-enhanced sensors, creating an invisible, unstoppable air force that can strike anywhere while remaining undetected. Soldier Augmentation Systems, the Enhanced Warrior. Soldier augmentation systems are here, and U.S. soldiers now wear augmented reality headsets that let them see through walls, around corners, and through smoke, while coordinating with AI-powered battlefield networks in real time. The Army's Integrated Visual Augmentation System, or IVAS, transforms individual soldiers into enhanced warriors with honestly superhuman capabilities. Built on Microsoft HoloLens technology, IVAS provides thermal and low-light vision, rapid target acquisition, aided target identification, and augmented reality overlays directly in the soldier's field of view. During 2024 testing with the 82nd Airborne Division, soldiers accumulated over 40,000 hours of operational data across company-sized training events. The ruggedized system withstands combat conditions while providing real-time mapping, mission planning, and after-action review capabilities. Soldiers can rehearse operations in virtual environments, coordinate with team members through digital displays, and access critical information without taking their eyes off the battlefield. The Fight Rehearse Train system allows unlimited scenario practice anywhere, anytime. Beyond visual augmentation, military research explores exoskeletons for enhanced strength and endurance, biometric monitoring for health optimization, and neural interfaces for seamless human-machine integration. Future soldier systems will integrate with autonomous vehicles, drone swarms, and cyber warfare platforms, creating a networked warrior capable of dominating any battlefield environment. These enhanced soldiers represent the evolution of human combat capability, where technology amplifies natural abilities to superhuman levels. Quantum computing for defense. Well, it's kind of a game changer. Quantum computers can crack encryption codes that would take traditional computers billions of years to solve, completing the task in mere minutes. The Pentagon's quantum computing initiative represents the most significant advancement in military computation since the digital revolution. With over $100 million committed to quantum technologies, the Department of Defense is developing applications in 3 critical areas: quantum sensing, quantum computing, and quantum communications. DARPA's Robust Quantum Sensors Program, or ROQS, creates military-grade sensors that maintain performance under harsh battlefield conditions, enabling detection of submarines, nuclear materials, and concealed threats with, honestly, unprecedented precision. Quantum computers will revolutionize military logistics by optimizing complex supply chains, analyzing vast intelligence datasets, and solving previously impossible strategic problems. The Air Force allocated $2.5 million to develop quantum software for military logistics optimization, while the National Quantum Initiative provides $3 billion in federal funding for quantum research. The technology's most concerning application involves breaking current encryption systems. Quantum computers could potentially crack the codes protecting military communications and classified data. To counter this threat, the Pentagon is implementing post-quantum cryptographic infrastructure, ensuring data security in the quantum era. Future quantum applications include quantum radar systems immune to stealth technology, quantum communication networks impossible to intercept, and quantum-enhanced artificial intelligence systems that process battlefield information at unprecedented speeds. Drone swarm technology, the autonomous Air Force. Drone swarm technology is, honestly, changing the game. The Pentagon's Replicator program is set to deploy thousands of autonomous drones that can coordinate attacks, share intelligence, and adapt tactics, all without human control. America's drone swarm technology has evolved from experimental concepts to operational reality, with the Pentagon's Replicator program leading global development. The $500 million initiative aims to deploy thousands of inexpensive autonomous drones by August 2025, focusing on autonomous collaborative teaming and resilient network communication systems. The PERDIC system, operational since 2016 and developed by MIT Lincoln Laboratory, has produced over 670 drones capable of coordinating with F/A-18 fighter jets in complex swarm operations. These systems demonstrate unprecedented collective intelligence, where individual drones communicate in real time to navigate GPS jamming, radio interference, and adverse conditions while still maintaining synchronized operations. Recent testing shows swarms can overwhelm traditional defense systems through sheer numbers and coordinated tactics. The Swedish Armed Forces unveiled software that controls up to 100 drones simultaneously, while US forces tested swarms across 15 live mission scenarios, including reconnaissance, electronic warfare, and payload delivery. The technology's military advantage really lies in cost-effectiveness. Swarms of expendable drones provide affordable alternatives to million-dollar missiles while offering superior flexibility and resilience. Looking ahead, future swarm applications include autonomous logistics, perimeter defense, and coordinated strikes against high-value targets, creating an unstoppable aerial force that adapts and evolves in real time. Space-based weapons, the ultimate high ground. Space-based weapons are, well, ushering in a whole new era. The U.S. Space Force is developing 6 different types of space weapons, including anti-satellite systems and orbital interceptors that can strike targets anywhere on Earth. America's space warfare capabilities represent the ultimate military high ground, with the Space Force developing comprehensive orbital weapon systems. Current acknowledged capabilities include ground-based communications jammers that interfere with satellite signals, but classified programs likely extend far beyond public knowledge. The Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative includes space-based interceptors designed to counter ballistic missiles and potentially hostile satellites during conflict. Advanced robotic systems demonstrate satellite capture and manipulation capabilities, with companies like Maxar and Northrop Grumman developing arms capable of engaging non-cooperative satellites in orbit. The Air Force Research Laboratory's Starfire range utilizes sodium guide stars for precise satellite tracking and imaging, while directed energy weapons in space could disable spacecraft through laser or microwave attacks. Space-based kinetic weapons remain theoretical but technically feasible, offering global strike capabilities with minimal warning time. The challenge lies in international treaties prohibiting weapons of mass destruction in space, though conventional weapons face fewer restrictions. Future space weapons will likely integrate with hypersonic delivery systems, quantum communication networks, and AI-controlled platforms, creating an orbital defense network capable of protecting American interests while projecting power globally. Control of space increasingly determines terrestrial military dominance. AI-powered command systems, the digital general. AI-powered command systems honestly are changing how wars are fought. Artificial intelligence systems can now process battlefield intelligence, coordinate multi-domain operations, and make strategic decisions faster than any human commander, revolutionizing military leadership itself. The U.S. military's artificial intelligence revolution extends beyond individual weapons to comprehensive command and control systems that process information and coordinate operations at superhuman speeds. AI-enhanced sensors provide real-time battlefield awareness, analyzing satellite imagery, drone feeds, and electronic intelligence simultaneously to create comprehensive operational pictures. Machine learning algorithms predict enemy movements, optimize resource allocation, and recommend tactical adjustments based on evolving conditions. The integration of AI with existing military systems creates force multipliers, where human commanders leverage artificial intelligence to manage complex multi-domain operations spanning land, sea, air, space, and cyberspace simultaneously. Advanced AI systems coordinate between hypersonic weapons, drone swarms, cyber operations, and space-based assets to execute synchronized campaigns impossible for human planners alone. Natural language processing enables seamless communication between AI systems and human operators, while predictive analytics anticipate logistical needs and maintenance requirements before problems occur. Future AI command systems will integrate quantum computing power, enabling real-time analysis of massive datasets and strategic planning across multiple scenarios simultaneously. These digital generals don't replace human judgment but amplify it exponentially, creating military decision-making capabilities that process information, coordinate responses, and adapt strategies at the speed of light. From hypersonic missiles that, honestly, redefine global strike capability to AI systems that think faster than human commanders, these 10 innovations represent America's technological dominance on tomorrow's battlefield. Each system doesn't just enhance existing capabilities, it fundamentally transforms how warfare is conducted. If you're fascinated by these game-changing technologies and want to explore more cutting-edge military innovations, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Sci and Why for more deep dives into the technologies shaping our world. Thanks for watching, stay curious. The world's telescopes are locked on the heavens as a cosmic mystery returns. Oumuamua, the bizarre interstellar object that stunned scientists in 2017, is back in the headlines, and this time, it's making waves with signals and behavior no one can explain. Is it just a strange rock, or could it be something far more extraordinary? Today on Sci and Why, we're diving deep into the latest discoveries, wild theories, and the global debate over whether Oumuamua is a messenger from beyond or a puzzle that will keep us guessing for generations. The first encounter, a visitor like no other. In October 2017, astronomers spotted something racing through our solar system so fast and so strangely shaped, it defied every expectation about what space rocks should look like. Oumuamua was the first confirmed interstellar object to visit our solar system, discovered by the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope in Hawaii. Unlike any asteroid or comet ever observed, it was extraordinarily elongated, at least 10 times longer than it was wide, and tumbled end over end as it sped past the sun at 196,000 miles per hour. Its reddish surface and cigar-like shape immediately set it apart from typical space debris. The object's hyperbolic trajectory proved it wasn't gravitationally bound to our solar system, making it a true visitor from another star system. Scientists had only weeks to study it before it disappeared into the cosmic void, But what they discovered challenged fundamental assumptions about interstellar objects. No comet tail, no visible outgassing, and most puzzling of all, an unexplained acceleration that seemed to defy the laws of physics as we understand them. The shape that launched 1,000 theories. How could a natural object be shaped like a cosmic cigar, spinning through space with dimensions so extreme that some scientists wondered if it was hollow inside? Oumuamua's extraordinary shape became its most defining and controversial characteristic. Observations revealed it measured approximately 1,300 feet long, but only 130 feet wide, a 10-to-1 ratio unprecedented in known asteroids or comets. As it rotated every 7.3 hours, its brightness varied dramatically, suggesting either an extremely elongated shape or a flat, pancake-like structure. Some researchers proposed it was a fragment from a shattered planet blasted apart by a stellar collision billions of years ago. Others suggested it might be a thin, sail-like object, perhaps even thinner than paper, which could explain its unusual acceleration through solar radiation pressure. The object's density calculations puzzled scientists further, leading to speculation about internal voids or an entirely different composition than expected. Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb controversially suggested the shape was consistent with artificial construction, sparking heated debates about whether natural processes could create such an extreme geometry. The mystery deepened when computer models struggled to explain how such a shape could survive the violent journey between star systems. The acceleration mystery, natural or artificial? As Oumuamua sped away from the sun, it accelerated in ways that violated every known law of celestial mechanics, leaving scientists scrambling for explanations. The most perplexing aspect of Oumuamua's behavior was its non-gravitational acceleration. It sped up as it moved away from the sun, despite showing no visible signs of comet-like outgassing. Traditional comets accelerate due to jets of vaporizing ice and dust, but Oumuamua displayed no tail, no coma, and no detectable gas emissions. This acceleration was small but measurable, requiring some unknown force to explain the deviation from its predicted orbit. Scientists proposed various theories: invisible hydrogen outgassing, solar radiation pressure on an ultra-thin object, or even magnetic interactions with the solar wind. However, each explanation faced significant challenges. The hydrogen theory required the object to be made of pure hydrogen ice, which seemed unlikely given its surface properties. The solar sail hypothesis demanded an impossibly thin structure that somehow survived interstellar travel. Some researchers suggested the acceleration might result from internal heat causing asymmetric outgassing, but no evidence supported this theory. The mystery remains unsolved, with each proposed explanation raising new questions about Oumuamua's true nature and origin. The signal hunt. Are we receiving messages? When radio telescopes around the world turned toward Oumuamua, the search for artificial signals became, well, a global obsession that captured headlines and sparked wild speculation. The Breakthrough Listen project, funded by billionaire Yuri Milner, immediately targeted Oumuamua with powerful radio telescopes, scanning for any signs of artificial transmissions. Using the Green Bank telescope in West Virginia, scientists monitored the object across multiple frequency bands, searching for structured signals that might indicate an intelligent origin. While no confirmed artificial signals were detected, the very act of searching fueled public imagination, and honestly, a lot of conspiracy theories. Social media exploded with claims of hidden NASA data, secret communications, and government cover-ups. Podcasters and YouTubers, including Joe Rogan, amplified speculation about possible alien messages, often mixing legitimate scientific uncertainty with, some pretty unfounded claims. The scientific community remained cautious, emphasizing that the absence of detected signals didn't rule out artificial origin. Any advanced civilization might use communication methods beyond our current detection capabilities. Some researchers suggested that if Oumuamua was indeed a probe, it might be in listening mode rather than actively transmitting. The signal hunt really highlighted humanity's deep desire to make contact with extraterrestrial intelligence, even as it demonstrated the challenges of distinguishing between natural phenomena and potential alien technology. The Loeb hypothesis: alien technology in our backyard. When Harvard's top astronomer publicly declared that Oumuamua might be an alien spacecraft, the scientific community erupted in controversy that honestly continues to this day. Dr. Avi Loeb, chair of Harvard's astronomy department, made headlines worldwide by suggesting Oumuamua could be a piece of extraterrestrial technology, specifically a light sail or probe sent by an alien civilization. In his book, Extraterrestrial, Loeb argued that the object's unusual properties, its extreme shape, lack of outgassing, and mysterious acceleration, were more consistent with artificial construction than natural formation. He proposed that Oumuamua might be a defunct piece of alien technology, kind of like space junk from an advanced civilization drifting through the galaxy for millions of years. Loeb's hypothesis sparked fierce debate among astronomers, with many colleagues criticizing his conclusions as premature and sensationalized. Critics argued that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and that natural explanations, however unlikely, should be exhausted before invoking alien technology. Loeb countered that the scientific community's reluctance to consider extraterrestrial possibilities reflected a conservative bias that could blind researchers to genuine discoveries. His advocacy for the alien hypothesis brought unprecedented media attention to Oumuamua, transforming a scientific puzzle into a cultural phenomenon that still influences public perception of the search for extraterrestrial life. The return phenomenon. New visitors, new questions. In 2019, astronomers discovered 2I/Borisov, the second confirmed interstellar visitor, proving that Oumuamua wasn't a one-time cosmic accident but part of a larger phenomenon. The discovery of Comet 2I/Borisov by amateur astronomer Gennady Borisov demonstrated that interstellar objects regularly visit our solar system, though most likely go undetected. Unlike Oumuamua, Borisov behaved like a typical comet, displaying a clear tail and predictable outgassing patterns. This normal behavior made Oumuamua's anomalies even more striking by comparison. Advanced sky surveys like the Catalina Sky Survey and Linear are now detecting more interstellar candidates, suggesting these cosmic visitors arrive more frequently than previously thought. The upcoming Vera C. Rubin Observatory promises to revolutionize interstellar object detection, potentially finding dozens of Oumuamua-like objects each year. Each new discovery provides opportunities to test theories about interstellar object formation, composition, and behavior. Scientists are developing rapid response protocols to maximize observation time for future visitors, including potential space missions to intercept and study these objects up close. The European Space Agency has proposed the Comet Interceptor mission, which could be redirected to study an interstellar visitor if one arrives at the right time. As detection capabilities improve, researchers expect to build a comprehensive catalog of interstellar objects, potentially revealing whether Oumuamua represents a unique anomaly or part of a diverse population of cosmic wanderers. The Joe Rogan Effect: Pop Culture Meets Cosmic Mystery. When Joe Rogan's podcast featured Oumuamua discussions, millions of listeners were introduced to the possibility that aliens might have already visited our solar system. Joe Rogan's influential podcast platform amplified Oumuamua's story far beyond academic circles, bringing the interstellar mystery to mainstream audiences worldwide. Rogan's conversations with guests like Avi Loeb and other researchers transformed complex astrophysics into accessible discussions about alien visitation and government transparency. The podcast's massive reach, over 11 million listeners per episode, meant that Oumuamua became a household name, sparking dinner table debates and social media discussions about extraterrestrial life. Rogan's approach, mixing scientific curiosity with healthy skepticism about official narratives, really resonated with audiences hungry for alternative perspectives on space exploration. The Joe Rogan Effect demonstrated how modern media can rapidly transform scientific discoveries into cultural phenomena, sometimes even faster than peer review processes can validate or debunk emerging theories. While some scientists worried about misinformation spreading through popular media, others appreciated the increased public interest in astronomy and space science. This phenomenon highlighted the complex relationship between scientific research, media coverage, and public understanding of cosmic mysteries. Oumuamua's story became intertwined with broader discussions about UFO disclosure, government secrecy, and humanity's place in the universe, showing how a single astronomical discovery can capture the collective imagination and influence cultural conversations about our cosmic future. The message hypothesis: what if we're being contacted? If Oumuamua really is an alien probe, what message might it be trying to deliver, And would humanity even recognize an extraterrestrial communication if we received one? The possibility that Oumuamua represents an intentional message from another civilization raises some pretty profound questions about interstellar communication and, honestly, about human readiness for contact. If the object is indeed artificial, its mere presence in our solar system could be the message itself. A demonstration that interstellar travel is possible and, well, that we are not alone. Some researchers speculate that an advanced civilization might use physical objects as information carriers, encoding data in their structure, composition, or behavior patterns. The object's unusual trajectory, taking it close to the sun and through the inner solar system, might be designed to ensure detection by any technologically capable species. Scientists have proposed that future interstellar visitors should be examined for microscopic structures, isotopic signatures, or other indicators of artificial construction. The challenge lies in recognizing alien technology that might operate on principles entirely foreign to human understanding. If Oumuamua is a probe, it might be conducting its own observations, gathering data about our solar system, planet, and civilization. The object's tumbling motion could be intentional, allowing sensors to scan in all directions as it travels. Some theorists suggest that the probe might be waiting for a specific signal or technological milestone before activating communication protocols, making humanity's response crucial for future contact. The scientific response: new tools, new discoveries. Armed with next-generation telescopes and AI-powered detection systems, astronomers are preparing for the next Oumuamua, and this time, they'll be ready to unlock its secrets. The Oumuamua encounter really revolutionized how scientists approach interstellar object detection and study. The upcoming Vera C. Rubin Observatory will scan the entire visible sky every few nights, potentially detecting interstellar objects weeks or even months before they reach their closest approach to the sun. This early warning system will provide unprecedented opportunities for detailed study, including spectroscopic analysis, radar observations, and even potential space missions. NASA and ESA are developing rapid response protocols for interstellar visitors, including pre-positioned spacecraft that could be quickly redirected to intercept interesting objects. Advanced AI algorithms are being trained to identify unusual orbital characteristics that might indicate artificial origin, automatically flagging objects for priority observation. The James Webb Space Telescope's infrared capabilities could reveal surface composition and thermal properties invisible to optical telescopes. Scientists are also developing new theoretical frameworks for understanding how natural interstellar objects form and evolve, providing better baselines for identifying truly anomalous visitors. International collaboration networks are being established to coordinate global observations and share data in real time. The next interstellar visitor will face the most comprehensive scientific scrutiny in history, potentially finally answering whether objects like Oumuamua represent natural phenomena or something far more extraordinary. The legacy of Oumuamua, a new era of cosmic awareness. Whether Oumuamua was a space rock or an alien probe, its brief visit fundamentally changed how humanity views our place in the galaxy and our readiness for contact. Oumuamua's legacy extends far beyond its physical properties or mysterious behavior. It represents a paradigm shift in human consciousness about our cosmic environment. The object's visit demonstrated that our solar system is not isolated, but part of a dynamic galactic ecosystem where matter, and potentially information, flows between star systems. It forced scientists to confront the limitations of current theories about planetary formation, interstellar travel, and the prevalence of life in the universe. The controversy surrounding its interpretation highlighted the tension between scientific conservatism and the need for open-minded inquiry when confronting unprecedented phenomena. Public fascination with Oumuamua revealed humanity's deep yearning for cosmic connection and our readiness to consider the possibility of extraterrestrial intelligence. The object's story became a catalyst for increased funding in SETI research, interstellar object detection, and astrobiology programs worldwide. Educational institutions began incorporating interstellar visitor scenarios into their curricula, preparing the next generation of scientists for a universe that might be far more active and populated than previously imagined. As we await the next interstellar visitor, Oumuamua's mystery continues to inspire scientific research, artistic expression, and philosophical reflection about humanity's cosmic future and our potential place in a galaxy teeming with intelligence. Oumuamua's journey through our solar system has left us with more mysteries than solutions. But that's what makes science so thrilling. Whether it's a cosmic rock, an alien probe, or something we haven't even imagined, its story challenges us to stay curious and keep exploring. If you're captivated by the unknown and want to join the search for answers, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Sci and Why for more cosmic mysteries and mind-bending discoveries. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next interstellar visitor. The Cold War wasn't just fought with spies and missiles, it raged across the cosmos, with both superpowers secretly racing to conquer Mars. While NASA's missions dominated headlines, the Soviet Union conducted over a dozen classified Mars expeditions that vanished from official records. These weren't publicity stunts but, genuine attempts to reach another world, hidden behind layers of government secrecy. One Soviet probe actually accomplished what took NASA decades to achieve: a successful soft landing on the Martian surface. Tonight we're exposing the buried truth about humanity's first secret war with Mars. The shadow race begins. The year 1960 marked the beginning of humanity's most secretive space race. Soviet engineers took their R-7 ICBM, originally designed to deliver nuclear warheads to American cities, and quietly modified it for an unprecedented mission reaching Mars. Mars, 1960. A became the first interplanetary launch attempt in human history on October 10, 1960. The massive rocket roared to life at Baikonur Cosmodrome, carrying a small probe across 190 million miles of space. But just seconds after liftoff, everything went catastrophically wrong. The rocket lost control, veered off course, and the self-destruct command was triggered almost immediately. The explosion lit up the Kazakh steppes, but to the outside world, it was just another routine launch. 4 days later they tried again with Mars 1960B. This time the rocket reached orbit before the upper stage failed, leaving the probe stranded. Within hours it burned up during re-entry, becoming Cosmos 60 in official records. These first attempts established a pattern of ambitious goals and spectacular failures that would define the Soviet Mars program for the next decade. The propaganda machine. Failure in the Soviet Union wasn't just embarrassing, it was politically dangerous and potentially career-ending for the engineers involved. Every Mars mission that exploded, crashed, or vanished was immediately reclassified under the generic Cosmos program, a catch-all designation for Earth-orbiting satellites. This brilliant deception allowed Soviet officials to sweep their Mars disasters under the rug, while maintaining their image of technological superiority during the height of the Cold War. When Western analysts later examined launch records, they discovered dozens of suspicious gaps and unexplained mission designations that didn't match orbital patterns. The 2MV spacecraft family, designed specifically for Mars exploration, officially never existed in Soviet documentation. Engineers worked around the clock on these phantom projects, building cutting-edge technology that would be denied if it failed, and buried if it succeeded. The secrecy was so complete that even today some mission details remain classified in Russian archives. This shadow war of information meant that every Soviet victory or defeat at Mars happened in complete silence, with only a select few knowing the true scope of their interplanetary ambitions, and the massive resources being poured into conquering the Red Planet. Mars 1, the pioneer that vanished. November 1, 1962 witnessed something extraordinary. The first spacecraft to successfully leave Earth's gravitational influence and head toward Mars. Mars 1 wasn't just another failed experiment, it was a technological marvel that proved interplanetary travel was genuinely possible for human civilization. The probe carried sophisticated instruments including a magnetometer, radiation detectors, and sensors designed to sniff out water vapor in the thin Martian atmosphere. For 106 million miles, Mars 1 coasted through the cosmic void, sending back 61 successful transmissions about the hostile radiation environment of deep space. Soviet engineers monitored its progress with growing excitement as their creation approached the Red Planet, becoming humanity's first ambassador to another world. Then, on March 21, 1963, just as Mars came into view through the probe's instruments, all contact was lost forever. The most likely culprit was a gas leak in the attitude control system, causing the spacecraft to tumble and lose antenna alignment with Earth. Mars 1 probably drifted past its target, becoming humanity's first artificial comet, forever sailing through interplanetary space in eternal silence, carrying Soviet technology into the cosmic deep where it remains today. The Advanced Fleet. By the mid-1960s, Soviet spacecraft had evolved into genuine interplanetary explorers equipped with cutting-edge technology that, honestly, rivaled anything the Americans were developing. Zond 2, which launched in late 1964, really represented the pinnacle of Soviet engineering with its 6 experimental plasma thrusters and an infrared spectrometer capable of detecting vegetation signatures on Mars from millions of miles away. The mission flew toward Mars for nearly 6 months before, yet again, another heartbreaking communication failure ended the dream just as success seemed within reach. The probe missed Mars by approximately 1,000 miles, agonizingly close to photographic history and scientific breakthrough. But behind the scenes at Baikonur, something much bigger was brewing in the assembly halls. Soviet engineers had learned from each failure and were designing their most ambitious project yet, Mars 1969A and Mars 1969B. These weren't just small scientific probes but massive spacecraft, about the size of small buses, loaded with advanced imaging equipment, surface scanners, and long-range communication systems. One was designed to orbit Mars, while the other would attempt the first soft landing in history. The Proton K rocket, standing 190 feet tall and generating over 2.4 million pounds of thrust, would carry these technological monsters across the solar system to humanity's first real attempt at conquering another world. The Great Explosions. March 27, 1969 should have been the Soviet Union's greatest space triumph and honestly a defining moment in human history. Instead, it became their most spectacular disaster, one that would haunt the program for years. Mars, 1969. A sat atop the massive Proton K rocket, ready to make history as the first orbiter-lander combination to reach Mars and establish permanent contact with another planet. The countdown hit 0. Engines roared to life with tremendous force, and then just seconds after liftoff, the entire launch vehicle erupted into a fireball visible for miles across the Kazakh steppes. The explosion was so massive it shattered windows in nearby villages and sent flaming debris hurtling across the launch complex, destroying equipment worth millions of rubles. Everything, the probe, the rocket, the launch tower, was obliterated in one of the largest launch failures in Soviet history. 5 days later, Mars 1969. B met an equally catastrophic fate when its upper stage failed during separation, sending the precious payload tumbling back into Earth's atmosphere, where it burned up completely. 2 multi-million-dollar missions with years of planning and the hopes of an entire nation, all gone in less than a week. The Soviet Union buried these disasters so completely that Western intelligence agencies didn't learn about them for decades. The historic touchdown. November 27, 1971 marked a pivotal moment in human history, though honestly, almost nobody on Earth knew it was happening at the time. Mars 2 screamed into the Martian atmosphere at over 13,000 miles per hour, becoming the first human-made object to physically touch another planet's surface in the history of our species. The landing wasn't gentle, the parachute system failed catastrophically, and the probe slammed into Mars at high speed, creating humanity's first interplanetary crater somewhere in the southern hemisphere. But just days later, Mars 3 achieved something truly extraordinary that changed everything. On December 2nd, its complex landing systems worked exactly as designed. Parachutes deployed properly, retro rockets fired on schedule, and the lander made a controlled descent through a raging planet-wide dust storm that had been building for weeks. For exactly 14.5 seconds, clear signals transmitted from the Martian surface, the first successful soft landing in human history. The probe even managed to transmit one blurry, static-filled image of the alien landscape before a massive dust storm likely short-circuited its delicate electronics forever. Hidden within the lander was Prop M, a small rover about the size of a lunchbox, designed to waddle across Mars on metal skis. The rover was never deployed, and it remains buried somewhere in Martian dust today. The Lost Archives. The true scope of the Soviet Mars program remains one of space exploration's greatest mysteries, with crucial details still hidden in classified government archives. Declassified documents suggest at least 6 additional probes were launched under undisclosed designations, hidden within the Cosmos and Zond programs, to maintain complete secrecy about their true interplanetary missions. Some may have reached orbit successfully, others failed spectacularly at launch, and some may have been destroyed intentionally to prevent enemy intelligence gathering during the height of Cold War paranoia. Soviet archives from this era contain massive gaps, missing files, and heavily redacted mission reports that researchers are still trying to piece together decades later. Unlike American failures that were broadcast on live television for the world to see, Soviet disasters happened in complete silence behind the Iron Curtain. Engineers worked behind closed doors in windowless facilities, failure reports were immediately classified at the highest levels, and successful missions were often denied until decades later when political climates changed. This means we may never know the complete story of humanity's first attempts to reach Mars. The secrecy was so pervasive that even today, Russian space historians discover previously unknown missions in forgotten archive boxes, each one adding new chapters to this hidden history of interplanetary exploration and Cold War competition. The earthquake discovery. Modern Mars exploration has revealed something the Soviets never could have imagined in their wildest scientific dreams. The red planet is geologically active with a beating heart. Since 2018, NASA's InSight spacecraft has detected over 1,300 Marsquakes using its incredibly sensitive seismometer that can detect ground movements smaller than the width of an atom. The strongest tremor, recorded in August 2021, reached magnitude 4.2, powerful enough to damage buildings and crack foundations on Earth. An even more powerful magnitude 5 tremor struck in May 2022, demonstrating that Mars isn't the dead, frozen world scientists once believed it to be. These aren't random vibrations but organized seismic events caused by tectonic movements and magma flows deep beneath the Martian surface, indicating active geological processes. Underground magma movements bend the planet's single lithospheric plate, creating earthquake-like tremors that ripple across the entire planet like waves in a cosmic ocean. This geological activity has profound implications for potential life, as it suggests heat sources and chemical processes that could support microorganisms in Mars's depths. The Soviets dreamed of studying Mars's surface, but they never realized they were targeting a world with an active, beating geological heart hidden far below the dusty exterior that continues pulsing today. The underground ocean. The most stunning discovery about Mars came in 2018, when Mars Express radar detected a massive underground lake beneath the planet's southern ice cap that rivals some of Earth's largest water bodies. This isn't a small pocket of water, but a vast reservoir spanning over 75,000 square kilometers, larger than many countries, and containing more water than some Earth nations use in decades. 3 additional bodies of water were found nearby, creating an interconnected underground ocean system that dwarfs anything the Soviet missions could have detected from the surface with their 1970s technology. In 2022, the ExoMars orbiter revealed even more water hidden in Valles Marineris, the massive canyon system running along Mars' equator like a planetary scar. This water covers an area the size of the Netherlands and sits just 3 feet beneath the surface, tantalizingly close to any future human explorers. On Earth, similar subglacial lakes in Antarctica contain microbes, fish, and other organisms thriving in complete darkness for millions of years. The Martian water may be extremely salty, potentially 20 times saltier than Earth's oceans, which would keep it liquid even in Mars' freezing temperatures that average minus 80 degrees Fahrenheit. These discoveries mean that Soviet landers may have been sitting directly on top of vast underground seas, completely unaware of the alien ocean world flowing beneath their landing pads. The future Soviet legacy. Every Soviet failure at Mars taught humanity crucial lessons about interplanetary exploration that directly benefit modern space missions today. Their pioneering work with atmospheric entry, parachute systems, and landing technology became the foundation for current Mars missions, proving that failure can be just as valuable as success in advancing human knowledge. NASA's Perseverance rover, which has discovered organic molecules in Jezero crater and continues making groundbreaking discoveries, landed using refined versions of heat shield and parachute techniques the Soviets attempted in 1971. The MOXIE experiment aboard Perseverance successfully converts Martian carbon dioxide into breathable oxygen at a rate of 5.4 grams per hour, exactly what Soviet engineers dreamed of achieving for future human missions. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk plans to land the first crewed mission on Mars by 2029, using Starship spacecraft powered by 14 Raptor engines capable of carrying 100 tons to the Martian surface. The proposed landing site is Valles Marineris, the same massive canyon system where Soviet orbiters first photographed the mysterious geological formations that we now know contain vast water reserves. When humans finally walk on Mars, they'll be fulfilling the ultimate goal of those secret Soviet missions, proving that Earth life can survive and thrive on another world, completing a journey that began in secrecy over 60 years ago behind the Iron Curtain. So there you have it, the secret Soviet Mars program that almost conquered the Red Planet decades before anyone else. Which part shocked you the most about these hidden missions? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed uncovering this buried space history, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who loves real space exploration stories, and don't forget to subscribe to Sci and Y for more declassified discoveries about our incredible universe. Until next time, keep questioning the official story and keep exploring the truth behind the headlines.